Alright, yo. So, we're, gonna go to here. Okay? Now, it just looks like a regular island. I swear I realize my voice is really annoying. I'm sorry. I can try to lower it. But, anyway. My lovely island retreat hides a butchering table. And these skulls appear everywhere, just that to tell you. Oh yes, Gunther Arcanus, I certainly love your tent. I love the, stretched out face right there. This is also found on kobold tents. So, coming up is, if we're right next to Scarlet Monastery, this is called something. What is it called? Faol's Rest. Yeah, that's what it's called. And we can see that Faol has a great taste. Look at that. Dead bodies. Oh, hanging from trees. He's so classy. Okay, now if y'all are wondering who this is, this Faol guy, if you go on WoW Wiki, this is what it says. Alsanis Faol was the head of the Holy Order of Northshire clerics prior to the First War between the humans and orcs. Following the terrible attrition suffered by its clerics in that conflict and the destruction of Northshire army, the aged Faol fled with the surviving citizens of Stormwind to Lordaeron. Aided by his apprentice Uther Lightbringer, who trained Arthas, their Lightbringer Faol refounded the order as the Knights of the Silver Hand. Now, the Knights of the Silver Hand were basically a bunch of paladins, okay? And after Arthas unleashed his scourge on Lordaeron and defeated Uther Lightbringer, yes, that's right. A lot of the Silver Hands came and joined the Scarlet group, and that's why they're here. So the Scarlet Monastery is dedicated to, well, like, the whole faction is dedicated to eradicating the undead. Now, obviously, their actions are really, really, you know, like, drastic and crazy, so that's why they aren't a part of the Alliance. They're their own thing. I didn't really find anything else at the Scarlet Monastery creepy, so I'll just go over here. Now, this is, I find the windmills kind of creepy. And that's right, just right here. Okay, to get to this part of Tirisfal, you have to be able to fly, and I'll show you it on the map in a little bit. But it's actually really pretty if you look around, and you're like, oh, look at that. Oh, look, here's a little island. Oh, my, oh my. What is this? I believe this man was fishing and then did something really absurd or horrible because someone stabbed him in the crotch. Just want to point that out. And now there's all these rats hanging around. And the worms are moving. Oh, yes, and here it is on the map. You have to be able to fly over that. Or maybe you can go through this. I don't think the cave goes all the way through. I don't know. The truly terrifying part of all of this is the underside of the umbrella, because it is so horribly tacky. Now, if we fly forward, we're going to get to a place called the Whisper Woods, or whatever. Whispering Forest. And I thought, like, if I, like, listened, I would hear creepy whispers, but I don't really get anything. Other than these plague deers chilling out. There's nothing whispering coming up. Like, you know, what the old gods whisper to you. Note, the old gods are whispering to you, the player, as opposed to your character. If you read their dialogue, it makes more sense. Anyway, I thought that was cool. So, am I the only one who wonders how this and this successfully make it that? I mean, they're dead. They'd be dead. Just saying. Now, if we venture further into the woods, we get to, like, this mushroom circle. I don't know what the frick. Yeah, this guy's like, what is this? What is this? These people are all like, what's going on? Yeah, maybe they can do something. Or, I guess, no, they're just gonna try hopping on these mushrooms. Oh, you're so cool. There's a reason we have flying mounts. Yeah, anyway. I don't know what the frick they're doing. Oh, and that was just like here on the map. And if you've ever wondered how the undead are formed, they have one of the Fakir, I think is what they're called. They revived them, and they're the risen dead. See, and they're intelligent, stuff like that. We're in the flyover here. La 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 la. I always thought they were cool looking. She made another risen dead. Okay. Like there's another one, Athura and Eridine. See, they fly around and will resurrect beings, but sometimes they turn into mindless zombies, and that's how we get these guys. Right, now we're at the Caliston estate. I'll show you what that is in a little bit. But, the thing that's creepy about this place is that if we zoom in, right, we got these crops, okay? Now it looks all normal, crops. But if you look around, there's dead bodies just lying around, and they're not even, I mean, that looks like, that doesn't look like human. These tan ones do, however. I'm sorry, I keep jumping around. I have the cheap version of, Fraps. And I just like to point out, this is kind of terrifying as well. But, I mean, like, if you think about it, this was a graveyard, so they just kind of, I guess they just dug them up and checked out the, the coffins. But if you think further about it, they have these guys. Okay, so they captured these poor fools. Alright? And I imagine that they beat them or kill them or whatever and use them to fertilize the ground. Just saying, like, that could be a possibility. I don't know. Oh, yeah. And abominations are... they're made by harvesting the brains of children. So, that's why they have that doofy